You've healed your diastasis recti and are wondering what's next. This 3-part series will jumpstart your progression into more challenging core exercises that won't undo the progress you've made healing your deep core and pelvic floor. This is workout number 2 of the series. Make sure you've done workout 1 before moving on to this one. It's 10 minutes. All you need is a mat. Let's get started. Hey mamas, welcome to workout number 2 from my Diastasis Recti maintenance series. We're gonna go ahead and start on our backs again, get right to work. So let's lay down. We're gonna take a deep breath in, expanding that rib cage. Exhale, drawing the pelvic floor in and up, closing the rib cage, finding that wrapping. We're gonna come to hands wide, palms up, knees over hips. We're gonna do a figure 8. So we're gonna take the knees around and up, go to the back, around and up. So think like you're drawing an 8 with your knees, getting those obliques warm. And if you want a little more, you extend the legs up. You don't have to go really big with this movement to feel it. Again, it's our first exercise, so I would encourage you to pay more attention to that core stability right now, focusing on that deep core brace and creating some mobility through the spine. This one's great for that. Should feel really good on your hips and your spine. And rest. We're gonna continue moving here. This time we're gonna go to straight leg circles. So legs up, toes pointed, arms can be out wide or by your side. We're gonna do little circles about the size of a bicycle wheel, down, around, and up. Let's keep that moving. So we go down, around, and up. So as we're making that circle, we're lowering the legs as far as we can without losing that core engagement. So how do you know you've lost it? You're having an excessive arch in your low back, you're feeling it in your low back, you're having coning or doming, or you just feel like you don't have control in your deep core. And so you might be able to increase the range the longer you go. That's why I give you this whole 50-second interval, because that's gonna allow you to really get warm, increase range of motion. That means lower to the ground, not bigger with the circle, but just lower, and really get that full spectrum of the core work, because these are challenging exercises. Rest here. We're gonna feel those in the legs a little bit too. Okay, we're gonna do both legs, this time a straight leg drop. We've done single leg, now we're doing double leg. So both legs slowly lower. Exhale through pursed lips as you lower. Low as you can. Bring it up. Be conservative the first few. Go again. Keeping that deep core brace. Pelvic floor engaged. Inhale at the top. Exhale through pursed lips. That's going to help you connect to that deep core. Keep that core engagement. Go until you feel like you're not keeping that control anymore. You might be able to push the range, but maybe not. If it's your first time, maybe you just stay conservative the whole time, and that's totally fine. I'd rather you do a few slow ones. I think I've done 3 or 4 the whole time. A few slow ones is way more beneficial than going fast and trying to just get a certain number of reps just to get a certain number of reps, right? We want to stay really connected. And did you see that? I could go the lowest on the last one. So that's why you want to keep going. Okay, moving over to hands and knees, bird dog crossover. So hands and knees, opposite arm and leg, and we're gonna bring the knee to elbow, crunch right in the middle, bringing that knee toward your chest, bringing the elbow to meet the knee. So I want you to focus on driving that knee in more than bringing the elbow back, right? We wanna stay shifted forward and have our center of gravity with that bottom hand under the shoulder. That's gonna keep you balanced. And you can see how I'm struggling with the balance. It's tough. It's tough to keep that arm and leg moving in unison. It's tough to meet in the middle. If you can't quite touch, no big deal. Just make sure you're not shifting back. That's gonna take that load out of the core, and we wanna keep it in the core. And effectively engaging the glute, the shoulder, all things are working together here. And if you need to, just put it down for a few. You can just do the leg, or you can take a break and jump back in when you need. We're gonna repeat that same thing other side. If you need to, shift back into a quick little child's pose or just relax that upper body for a second. Okay, opposite arm and leg extend out, bringing that knee to elbow, and then ease that arm forward. Again, shoulder height, hip height with the arm and leg. Really feeling that connection, ribs to hips. When you do that crossover, it's gonna allow us to get into the obliques, the cross slings, really challenging our coordination. And so important for posterior strength. A lot of times those muscles can be over or underworked, but they're typically weak. And so we wanna do movements like this. So beneficial for the deep core and just everyday life posture. Release. All right, we're gonna keep it moving. Shoulder taps. This one's really gonna challenge the core. We're gonna keep hands under shoulders, but this time we're gonna shift our weight forward. Keep the knees wide, about as wide as the mat, and then we're gonna tap. Right hand, left shoulder, left hand, right shoulder. So you can see my hips are shifted forward, and I'm trying, as I lift the hand, not to move anything else. Can you do that? You're gonna feel a little shift in your hips, very normal, but can you stabilize? Can you control it? So you aren't noticeably shifting. You might feel a little movement, but not noticeably shifting. I would say if you had like a drink on your tailbone or on your back or something, obviously this is not a flat back situation, but if you had something that was resting on there, think a child's toy, it would not fall off. I just think about my daughter like little dolls or something she would probably put on my back. Would that fall off? Yes. All right, we're gonna keep moving. This time we're gonna go to a forearm plank, single knee lift. So we're introducing planks now. We're gonna start with the knees on the ground. Elbows under shoulders, fists together. We're gonna take the toes, tuck them, lift one knee off the ground, and gently put it down. Other knee off the ground, and then gently put it down. So one knee at a time. As we extend that leg, we're bracing the core super tight. Nice and controlled here. Now this one's challenging because of course we're in a plank. We want to try our best to keep those shoulders away from the ears, butt down, abs engaged. If this is too challenging, or if you need a break, just hold it, shift back anytime out of that plank, but our goal is to keep that movement really controlled, really stable. And we're introducing planks now because we've come to a place where we are healed, we've got more control, and now we're trying to load the muscle to make it grow stronger. Shift back or bring the knees forward. We're gonna stay with planks but come to the forearm. So roll onto one side, top leg extended or both legs extended, scissor the feet, your choice. We're gonna tuck that top arm under, rotate, and then reach back up. Let's do that again. So tuck that top arm under, twisting through the thoracic spine, and then full extension up. Now this one, we want to do our best to keep that bottom hip lifted. And if you need to, you can put that bottom knee down for more support. As much rotation as you can get while still maintaining that lifted position, that core brace. Really challenging, but great for thoracic mobility, which is so crucial for core development. Release. All right, we're gonna move it over. Same thing, other side. Lift one or both legs. Rotate. And you're gonna find probably one side you have a little bit more mobility, totally normal. Especially that second side, you're always a little bit more warm. You can always start on the knee, stay on the knee, or again, you can come to that scissor position. And we wanna scissor the feet. If we stack, it's gonna make it a little harder, but I find that scissoring allows you the best position to really get into that little rotation. And again, even as you're twisting, you're keeping that deep core pelvic floor engagement. You're not letting the belly sag. All right, we're gonna move on to our stomach. This time we're gonna go to a back extension. So our prone position, we're on our belly, feet about hip width apart, toes pointed, arms overhead, thumbs up. We're gonna keep the legs down, lift, pulling the elbows back, and repeat. So chin is tucked, we pull the elbows back toward the ribs, lifting the chest high off the ground. How high can you go? As high as you want to. Just keep that belly button down, squeeze the butt, keep the legs down. We want to keep the legs down so we can really isolate, focus on lifting that upper body. Use your breath. Exhale on the lift. Squeeze those glutes. Try to make it more so when you're lifting to really engage and try to hold it at the top. Rather than just coming up quick and falling back down, control down. Keep that tension on. And rest. That was it. We made it through. Another 10-minute workout in our Diastasis Recti maintenance series. Be sure to stick around. We have one more workout in the series. And if you haven't done workout number 1 or any of my other postpartum programs, I always recommend you go back to those before moving forward. We're gonna get even more advanced with the next one. Let me know what you thought in the comments, and I will see you back here for our 3rd and final workout in this series.